What is up, and welcome back to our first bag check. Today we have Shelly. He's going to show you what's in the bag. It's not Prodigy, but it's some good stuff. Let's see what you got.
I guess I'm going to start first with the bag. So I have the Innova Superhero Pack. Can hold like 25, 30 discs easy. I think I've got about 24 here right now. So yeah.
Let's start off, man.
Yeah. Let's start with my putters. Got a few.
Sure do. I can see a lot of consistency here.
With
what?
Color. Oh yeah, I like to keep them yellow for the most part. So I can start with my standard AVRs. So I've got this one right here, brand new. Haven't even used it yet. It's from Stone Brewing in Richmond, Virginia. If you're in the Richmond area, go check them out. Kind of a shameless plug. Definitely. Just got the classic green gritty AVR. And the consistency with the weight too is a big thing for me. So I use the 175 weight AVRs. And I got the KC Pro AVR. This thing is my favorite putter. I pretty much use it all the time.
Yeah, we saw him sink one from Circle 2 the other day with that bad boy.
Actually, no. So the Circle 2 putt was with this AVR, the Yeti Pro AVR. And I use this for my Circle 2 putts because I feel like, for some reason, I think it may be the, if you can see it here, there's kind of like a concave.
You have a bead in there.
Yeah. And I mean, I just feel really comfortable using this for long range
Reminds
putts.
me of my PA3.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a good putter.
What were the other two that you got down there?
So I have a dart, and this thing is just really beat in. And I don't really use it anymore. I'll use it sometimes to drive off the tee, and I'll get into my driving putter in a minute. And the old birdie.
Birdie.
Yeah, I got it from my brother. So
Do you ever use it? We kind of warm up with it once in a while. When we're
I honestly
throw it around.
Yeah, I honestly use it more for warming up. Maybe some tapping. Tapping birdies is usually when I use this.
It might be the ugliest disc golf disc to known to man.
I think you're right. And this one right here. So this right here, this is my favorite disc for approach shots and driving off the tee for short holes. This is my XT Nova. It's the Paul Macbeth 4-time edition. And I love this disc because it does pretty much anything I want it to do. I can make it, put it on a hyzer line, I can ante it, I can throw it dead straight if I need it to, and I know when it hits the ground it's not going to do anything crazy, it's not going to skip, it's not going to cut, it's just going to hold where it is. And when I putt with it from long range too, I like it because it sticks in the chains really well too.
Yeah, no, it's super grippy, but you know what we have to do with it is just scratch this Innova stuff off of it. It's Paul Macbeth, it's a Discraft disc, right?
I know. I don't think he has anything quite like it for Discraft yet, but who knows? It's now on
might be the works.
My bread and butter.
This is
my mid-ranges. So let's start with my two favorite ones in the bag right now. I've got my KC Pro Rocks, and these are my go-tos. I use the KC Pro Rock for almost any shot that I'm not feeling 100% comfortable with, because kind of similar to the Nova, I can manipulate this disc to do whatever I want it to. I can put it on the big hyzer line if I need it to. I can get a pretty good forehand out of it, and I can throw it dead straight.
Is this your new one?
Yeah, and I got a brand new one. Haven't used it yet. It's a 180, and this one's 177, and this one's pretty beat in. I've been using it for about a month and a half now, and I just sort of rotate them out. So now I've got this bad boy in there too. So we'll see how this one flies. I'm hoping pretty similar to this one. On to my other mid-ranges. So I have a V-Rock, and I don't know really why I have this in my bag because I almost never use it.
I don't think I've ever seen you use it, yeah.
Yeah, and it's really slick for some reason. I think I got it used. But it's pretty similar to the KC Pro Rock. It flies pretty straight. When I do throw this, I like to put it on an ante line because I know it'll hold it the whole way through. It doesn't really come back too much for me. And onto this disc, which is very special to me. It's my Champion Spider, and I've had this in my bag for about 5 years now. And the only reason why it's still in the bag is because I hit an ace with it.
Yeah,
pretty much.
It's a good reason to keep it around.
Yeah,
it's your good luck disc. Just once in a while, if you need a little something, break it out.
Yeah,
I think I'm actually good at hole one on gillies.
Yeah,
you are able to manipulate it properly.
Correct, and I remember the line I put it on. I put it on ante line, at I believe peak speed of hole 14, and I put it on the ante line, and it came out perfect little S right into the basket. So yeah, so this disc is very special to me. That's why it's still in the bag. It'll probably forever remain in the bag just for that reason. So on to the fairway drivers. I have a nice collection right here. So I'm going to go with my two favorite right out the gate. The T-Bird. Probably the go-to, I'd say about 350, 400 foot shot. I can pretty much do whatever I want with this disc. I can throw it dead straight. I'm not really good throwing forehands that far, so working on that. And I loved it so much I got two of them. So
Keep going.
So yeah, they have a T-Bird. It's the King Climo. As you'll see later in this this episode, big King Climo fan.
Yeah, I wonder where you got that one.
Yeah, actually I got this one from you.
Yeah, gave him all of my Innova discs. Not a fan.
On to the Leopards. We get this one out the way. Little DX
That one
Leopard.
beat up.
Yeah, it's really beat in.
Looks like a dog got to it.
Yeah, it's overstable now.
Yeah.
So hit a couple trees with this bad boy. I like it. I like just having it to have it. You know, it's kind of a bag filler, but every now and then I'll break this bad boy out. Got a Leopard 3. So the difference between the Leopard and the Leopard 3 is the Leopard 3 is a little bit faster. I'd say it's more, it's a 7-speed, so it's probably more in that range of the, probably like the T-Bird area. But I really like this because it has that similar flight pattern of the Leopard, but a little bit more get up, a little more speed, so I can throw it a little bit harder. And I have this in PX plastic, and I'm looking to probably swap this out with a better plastic in the future. And on to my favorite fairway driver, aside from the T-Bird, is my Star Leopard. And I picked this up about 2 months ago, and I'm so glad I did, because this bad boy is money for me. And Herc and
Yeah.
testify.
He can throw this disc very well, and it's a gorgeous disc. I mean,
Yeah.
great stamp, beautiful coloring. It looked like it almost got dyed.
Yeah, and it was this how I bought it from online, and I can
From online, the interwebs.
the interwebs. Got it from Amazon actually. I was forgetting where blanked on it. And I like this disc because I can throw it as hard as I can, and I'm not too worried about overshooting a decently long hole like 320, 350. I can probably get it about 345, 350 if I really get into it. But I can get it to go dead straight, which I really love, and it doesn't do a whole lot on me. I can actually, when I remember learning how to play, I used the Leopard a lot. I was able to learn how to get it, throw hyzer bombs with it, how to throw antes with it. So yeah, the Leopard's one of my favorite discs to have in my bag. I always have at least one. So on to my favorite. I'm gonna go from lowest speed to highest speed here. So the slower speed distance drivers I got here, which is I would say my specialty, got my Firebirds. So I've got a Champion Firebird, King Climo stamp 12 time, and a DX Firebird. And you may wonder why this thing looks so beat in. Well, I found it in the woods, and there was no number on the back, and I just kept it. But I never, for the first year I had this in my bag, I never really figured out when to use this disc. And then I was playing actually with one of my buddies, Brian, and I was in the woods. It was about a 400 foot hole, and it had dogleg left. And I put this on a really tight hyzer line on a low ceiling, and I was able to drive it to the green. Easy little birdie putt. So I use this shot in low ceilings in the woods. I need to put a pretty tight hyzer line on because it's a little overstable. And on to this bad boy. This one's one of my favorite distance drivers aside from the destroyers, which I'll get into in a minute.
Right.
But this bad boy can do pretty much anything. It's a little bit overstable, so it'll turn out a little early on me, but if I put a big line on it, I can do that. And forehand, I'm pretty good with a forehand with this disc. Not a good forehand player, just gonna
It's true.
repeat that.
Yeah.
But this disc I actually have a pretty decent feel for my forehand with.
I think that kind of gets us into what our next video might be, is our distance challenge coming up here.
Very soon.
I think that I might be able to get you with the forehand.
Yeah, but I bet you I can get you with the roller. This is what this disc is in my bag solely for. It's my Champion Sidewinder. It's very understable. It's a 3-speed or a 3-turn, 9-speed, and just put a nice little anhyzer release and it'll turn right over and roll. Does the job, I believe. Nate Sexton has this in his bag for the same reason. I think that's why I did it too, actually.
Big Nate Sexton fans here.
So you know what's coming up here.
This is where Selden makes his money.
I have 3 Innova Destroyers. I have 2 Star Destroyers and 1 Champion Destroyer. The Champion Destroyer is a little bit heavier than the Stars, so I like to use that for headwinds usually because I feel like I can get the most out of it. But
Don't turn to that one as often.
yeah, I don't go to this one as much as I go to these 2 right here. And I actually picked up this one from Herm, so thank you Herm for this disc. So they're, I believe, what, I think this is a 175 and a 162. I believe this is a 175 as well, but I don't know. I like the grip a little bit better on the Star Plastic than the Champion. So I can get this one out. This is my max distance driver right here.
516.
Yeah, 516 was, if you follow the show, this is the disc that did it. If I step up to a tee pad and I see a pretty long open hole or something that I can get a pretty big hyzer release out on, this is the disc that's coming out because I know I can get the most distance. I can get fairly accurate shots out of this disc too. And I'm starting to really like this disc too. I can put this one on an anhyzer release, have it come out.
That was supposed to happen.
Have it come out and then come back right where I want it. So yeah, my Star Destroyers are my go-tos when it comes to the long distance. And this bad boy is my fastest driver in the bag. It's my overstable Champion Boss. So I never really have a feel for this disc. Sometimes I'm able to really mash on it. It's
a very
it's
you have to be in the mood for it, you know. It's kind of like,
I would say,
kind of like wanting like Chinese food. Like it's just like once a week, you know. You get it. You're in the mood for it.
I would say my go-tos are on Destroyers, but I don't know. Sometimes when you really need an overstable disc, and I need speed desperately. This is where I'm going to. You know, if I don't need as much speed, I'll go with the Firebird. And I feel like I have more accurate shots with the Firebird, but the Champion Boss, it really comes out of your hand fast. But again, most of my distance drives are either coming with the Destroyer or the Firebird. So yeah.
Is that it? What about this little bad boy?
This is my marker.
It's a good one.
It does the job.
Marks where he has to throw. No foot faults over here. But Selden, what a bag, man.
Yeah, and I guess I can elaborate on the bag a little bit more. I got this bag about 2 months ago. It's the best disc golf bag I've ever gotten. I mean, it's got room for literally everything. Side pockets, money. There's plenty of space up top for putters. Plenty of space inside the bag. So yeah, I'd recommend it if you're a fan of Innova, you know, and you have a little bit of money to spend. Get the Superhero pack.
Yeah, you like it very much.
I like the color too.
I'm indifferent. But Selden really broke that one down for us, and we now understand his game a little bit better. We understand what he's using to get out on the course and throw discs 516 feet. But I think that's going to be all for today. And make sure to tune into our podcast, Slingin Plastic. Find it wherever you get your podcasts. Make sure to follow us on Instagram at Slingin Plastic and Facebook, also at Slingin Plastic. But until next time, I'm Herm. This is Shelly.
Hey, stay tuned for part 2. We'll be examining Herm's bag.
It's all Prodigy.
Big Prodigy guy.
So, see you next time and keep making those chains sing.
Deuces.